So we're at 17th Ave and just north of Southern. So they have it blocked off up here. Hey Ray, how are you? I'm out with Gulad, Cop Watch. It's 17th Ave and Hidalgo. Kind of hard to see. Media.
Huh?
I'm media.
Hey, you need to get back here, though.
What's your name?
Back behind that car.
Name and badge number.
No.
Yes, please. You need to put up crime scene tape.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. This is a public sidewalk. So they're doing a gang activity out here.
What is he telling you?
That I can't stand here. And then when I asked him for his name, he said no. So he's being a giant tyrant right now. And I'm pretty sure someone's in this house. Probably doing something that they shouldn't be down the street.
This is 17th Ave and
Hidalgo.
Hidalgo.
Yeah. Yeah, if he wants to put up tape and do his job. So this house is not involved, and now he's shining his spotlight in their window. Hey Sam. Okay, good. I moved so that this person wouldn't have a spotlight in their window. Because I actually do care about people, unlike the police here. Yep. Hey, where's my chicken? How are you? Yep. Like I said, they're doing things down here that they don't want people to see.
They got flashlights on that house over there to the right.
Yeah, I see that. So we're waiting on a supervisor since Officer No over here is being a giant asshole. He should quit his job and become a professional.
That's a word looking ambulance.
Yeah, I know. That's why I looked over here. Yeah, I didn't finish that thought. He already said he was going to call a supervisor because he's an asshole.
No supervisor here.
And I think my light went dead, so it was hard to tell. Sorry, there's really no picture. He's actually kind of helping me out. Put that way. Thank you. Okay, he's being cool now.
I hear dogs.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to proceed down there because I think they might have canine out. Yeah. He's actually kind of helping me out now. And that's all they gotta do, you know. Like, yeah, they can warn us like this is going on, and it's better that they do. But they shouldn't tell us not to go places without taping them off. I've talked to their administration several times about it. So.
Hey bro, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up? Oh.
811027.
10. What is it? 81 1027. Well, if he's just gonna do this, then and like I'm not really gonna push anything.
Thank you.
Actually, that was kind of helping me. Huh. Interesting. That business has been struck hard by the COVID-19 stuff. And I know I'm probably going to get shadow banned every time I say that spooky word. I was reading an article about it. In some cities, prostitution has gone way. Because out of all things, they're going around policing that in some areas, so.
Got somebody coming at us.
That might be the supervisor. So it looks like there's some task force officers down there. And that's probably why they don't want us to go down here. Yeah, I was actually hoping that he would turn off the spotlight and just put his overhead lights on. I know I called him an asshole, but he can change that. Yeah. His overhead light was actually helping. How did the corporate news get so lazy anyways? Like, I see them whenever the cops tell them to move, they move. A lot of them don't really like walking too much either. Not that all of them are bad, like ABC 15's done some decent investigative work, so. Hey, what's up, zombie? Yeah, it's really hard getting information sometimes. So that's on Southern.
We'll keep looking under that car on my side. They're concentrating something under that car.
We're at 17th Ave in Hidalgo. I'm with Guad, Cop Watch. Yeah, and they weren't too... Okay, they're knocking on the store. About... No, it sounded like knocks. Yeah. Like you would know a gunshot. So it's about 3 houses down. Where it's really dark. Yeah, so the first officer was actually pretty decent. He just told us to be careful. This guy started off bad, but he actually started to help, so.
Do I see correctly on your side in front of you?
Yeah.
They got somebody in the back seat?
I do not have a good angle of that, but there's an officer talking to someone. It looks like a plainclothes. But sometimes they'll bring the victim in, if it's a crime with a victim, to ask some questions.
It goes a fire truck? Or what is it?
That looks like
That's not one of those, what do you call it? A Bobcats, is it? Yep, it is.
Oh, they're rolling tactical, I think. I don't know if it left. I wonder if it left or they're pulling it through. Yeah, I think that's one of the tactical units up there. So this might have been going on for a while. Yeah, thank you, Ray. So I think we just saw a Bobcat leave. Or the tactical vehicles. Because there's a couple, there's a lot of cops down here. Yeah, it looks like they have a tactical unit leaving right now. because I can tell by the lights on the top, and they have a few unmarks, and then this street's very, very narrow. Yeah, so certain places of Phoenix, you'll have the neighborhoods where they don't go all the way to the main thoroughfare, the boulevard per se. Are kind of like protected in.
If I remember correctly, on the police scanner, when we're heading this way, it was something about gunshots.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think you might be right. That explained the presence. Hey, you're... Sorry, my eyes are all messed up right now. Brummy. Yeah, Hidalgo. 17th Ave, and thank you.
Basically, 17th Avenue Southern.
Yeah, 17th Ave and Southern. If you wouldn't mind posting Guad Cop's channel as well. I know some think that he has a too long name, but still his content is really good. They're all shorts, if you like short films. They're high quality shorts. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Major. I'll be sure not to catch the flu. I haven't got the flu since I was like 10. And I don't vaccinate for it either. I'd say the same for these law enforcement agents. That they shouldn't be out during this virus outbreak without proper PPE. Which they're actually having trouble getting. Phoenix Fire is having to use rain ponchos instead of gowns right now. The chief is rightfully upset about it, and I'm glad she's speaking out. I thought about doing an interview with her. Well, I'm more than 6 feet away from everyone, so. Whereas these cops are standing next to each other. I think someone just coughed on their colleague. So they're really stupid to be out here coughing on each other, if you want to put it that way. When do I stir trouble, Major Tom? Yeah, I hear people coughing over there. I'm doing my job, Major Tom. Please go educate yourself and watch Event 201. Segment 1 and Segment 4 are probably the most important, unless if you are really big about economics, and Segment 3 kind of goes into that. I am to the press. I report things that other people don't report. No one would know about some things if independent people weren't out doing this. Yeah, you're sort of remind me of a sympathizer, like the CPC rolls people in to try to convince them that they're wrong, and I really hope that people don't start doing that here in the U.S. There's actually a lot of people that kind of do. That's why. What? What's up?
You see all that activity all up ahead of
Yeah, yeah. So he's rolling forward. Yeah, so I've been getting a decent amount of trolls.
You just said that she's good, so maybe it's opening up.
Yeah, so they're opening it up down here now, this neighborhood.
Oh, that's over. They can't say something.
You okay?
She throat for some reason.
Allergies, man. Been a crazy, crazy year.
That's
Hi.
not coronavirus. That's got scratchy throat.
Yeah, I know. I was telling a viewer who's going rogue, saying that we're stupid for being out here, that we're not going to come catch the flu, so... I had COVID-19, or at least I think I did, for a couple weeks in February. So there's the supervisor. So at least they're being nice, not shining lights on people's houses.
You guys calling for the camera? He was dogging you.
Oh, he did?
He was looking straight at you.
I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear a peep.
He just gave that stupid look.
Yeah, they give the stupid looks.
Oh, on that side.
Yeah, in order to see anything. Oh, he's gonna back up. Watch out, watch out. And he's gonna back up some more. Maybe not. I think he's confused about what he's gonna... Oh, he's trying to block our, He was helping, now he's being a dick again. Okay, now I'm having people... Major Tom might be one of them. One of the popos that are a government sympathizer. Hey Jules, how are you? Yeah, so I call the U.S. China Junior sometimes, and it's not to be mean. It's more like a challenge because we need to go back to 1776 again. We need to start taking uh, our communities back into our hands and stop allowing the redcoats to impose any rules that they want, any taxes that they want. Well, you could move back to Vietnam, Tom, if you want to live in that kind of world, in your communist lifestyle. Because I know that our forefathers didn't fight for um, what we have currently, where we have basically a tyrannical state where governments can decide at a whim to pass executive orders without the support of the people, because I know most people don't support these orders. There's going to be protests everywhere soon, because people are upset, and rightfully so. Well, our forefathers always taught us that we need to be mindful of corrupt government, and they tried to instill, even though there were holes in their theories and in their writings that they didn't plan for. Obviously, with the times have changed, so they're looking at something here. 17th Ave and Hidalgo.
All these people are here in front of you are handcuffed.
So there's a bunch of people handcuffed in front of him on the sidewalk here. So if you want to live in a world where government can make a bunch of stupid rules and force you at the barrel of a gun, then move to communist China, Vietnam. If you don't want to fight the real oppression. There's a lot of patriots that come back from war and don't want anything to do with the government, and I respect those people. And I'm sorry of all the brainwashing that the military does to people. To all these men and women, young, most of them, young and naive. I love the because a lot of them are brainwashed into believing that they're doing things the right way. Major Tom, that's what a fascist would say. No, I don't terrorize people. I don't dictate. I just expect to be left alone by these people. And most people, I do ask most people. What's that? Yeah. So there's like 3-4 people with their handcuffed.
Okay, so at least we can get closer.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of sit back for a moment. Get his back. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that were in the service, and some of them are the most patriotic people that I know. I'm not going to say names. Those who question their government are true patriots. Those who worship their government are either ignorant, brainwashed, or they're, what's up? I'm trying to charge my phone. No, I just gotta find the port. It looks like they have a lot of people up there.
I got one.
I wonder if they're doing the block-to-block raids again. So that tyrant's leaving, I think. Oh, okay. Maybe he's giving us light. So it looks like young people. We got some... Okay, cool. I'm charging. True. He could. And I thought you fought for the First Amendment for freedom of press, freedom of speech. And I think that's one of the neighbors. Because if he did, then I respect you, Tom. Even though I disagree. Well, the majority are brainwashed into accepting free things from the government, and it's kind of sad. Yeah, whatever you guys do, do not block him. I am not like YouTube, Facebook. So Guada is advancing a little further. Yeah, these are young people. I'm not gonna advance because I don't want their faces on my camera for my live stream, but it's good that we showed up here though. Because when I first came down to Phoenix and started doing this, they were doing block-to-block raids down here. This plate is illegible. I'm gonna send this one in. Like the plate, check out the plate on this car. You can barely read it. No, this one. The front one.
Oh, okay.
Like part of it's rubbed off, it looks like. Maybe it's just the lighting. Yeah. I took a picture. I'm going to send it into the city. So I'm trying to stay away. Yeah, they don't like us filming here. I'll walk across the street. As long as I'm behind the tape. So Guad's still over here. Well, it's becoming a world government. I don't know if you guys know what happened in '76 with Gerald Ford. Read U.S. Or 42 U.S. Code, Chapter 68. That will give you a full rundown as to what happened recently with FEMA taking control from Trump for executive power. Yes, the orders are still coming out of Oval Office, the President's Suite, but the orders are actually written by FEMA right now. And Trump doesn't really have any control. Go do some research, folks. Well, sorry, Tom, you've been brainwashed for a long time. They brainwash you, then throw you out when you're no longer usable. I've seen it. I've been around the VA. Not just arrested by them. I saw it in Seattle at the Seattle VA whenever I'd go as a child to work with my grandma. I saw the hurt, sorrow, and pain that people were going through at the hands of their government. That instilled something in me. Oh, I don't... Jesus Christ is my hero. You're wrong, Tom. You've always been wrong. Hopefully he's in your heart. Because if not, then I ask him to be there. He'll show you the truth. I might love Eric Brent as a person. Do I see him as a god? Do I see him as a hero? He's influenced me a little bit, to be honest, but Jesus Christ is my only hero and God. I'm not standing around acting stupid. I've been pretty respectful to these guys. Major Tom, please post the scripture that you believe that from. Well, yes, we do spread the gospel. Soul winning, some call it. I do a little of that when I'm out cop watching. Probably should do it more. Thank you for challenging me to do better, though. Even though I don't agree with your thought process. But it looks like they're taking pictures of this house over here. A pretty nice house. Looks like they kind of interesting house. So I have one incoming now. So this is one of the unmarked canine. Yes, they have those now in Phoenix. And you go through the policy again because I'm pretty sure they have to mark their canine units. I guess so. Hey, it doesn't hurt me really. I know you're upset at him, but I'm not. We shouldn't be like the Romans. I might say a lot of stuff about the police, but I really know that they're like outside the uniform that they're just people. Lost people, but they're still people. So they're going through the back of this car, searching it. Looks like a... Oh, that's their vehicle. That's weird. He was acting like he was searching it. So they're focused on this house. It's weird because the back end looks like a normal, like modern house, and the front side has this it's like, I'm trying to, like Spanish, try to remember what they call these. Oh, one of the auto trollers. I troll too. Like, some of my family think I'm being like outright serious, even when I'm not. When I'm not. Like, it took them a while to realize that I was trolling sometimes. I don't quote unquote stalk the police. But I would think that person is a person. Don't get me wrong. But I've never had that happen. Usually when something bad happens, I see police turning the other way. Like, that's from personal experience. Like, I've seen police inflict more pain than they've stopped it. Yeah, exactly, pink-eyed. And the COVID-19, the virus isn't really that bad. It's no worse than your modern day flu. If you notice, the modern day flu is getting worse now that everyone's sterile because they're taking vaccines. And yet they don't shut everything down for the flu virus, even though I think it's a little bit more. I do believe it's a bioweapon out of, well, pretty sure it's out of Wuhan, the level 4 bioweapons lab. And then it might have leaked out of Canada and might have leaked out of Utah or Maryland, either on purpose or by accident. Some call me a conspiracy theorist for thinking, but I'm a conspiracy denier. So when I first came down here, they were doing block-to-block raids. I believe they didn't even have warrants for half the houses that they were breaking into. It looks like this house is boarded up. Maybe it burnt down, it looks like. Oh, I remember this now. There was a stringer call for this house some months ago and it caught on fire. I think it was this last summer, like in August. Okay, true. Zombie's correct. But I don't like Facebook or
I might drive under here. I don't want to mess up your camera.
okay. Thanks for at least telling me. I got you though.
Well, thank you.
Usually I don't, but you're actually being nice, so yep. Yeah, he was being nice. So
I'm about ready to ask him why did you bring gloves and mask.
well, we're not, so I wouldn't ask him to. It's when they start enforcing these orders where I'm like, okay.
He's handling these people with no gloves and masks.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy if this virus is really that dangerous. I have a troll in here asking why we're out here stalking the cops in the middle of an outbreak. But Major Tom, if you only knew that the cops here aren't wearing masks, gloves, they're coughing on people. They were supposed to quit enforcement and stop their presence, but they haven't.
Right here, they got 4 people down on the ground handcuffed. They got more people down over there.
So if you want to live in a communist country, then you can go move to those communist countries that you spent time in.
What's up, Maria? What's up, Cecilia?
Because I don't want to live in a communist country. It's bad enough that they're making up rules without allowing the people. So they're looking. So this house burned down in like August. I had a stringer for it. So they're looking in the yard of this house.
Okay. And one of the ladies over there is yelling something about the dogs.
Yeah, the problem with the Constitution, though, they never updated it correctly to affirm the people's rights. Our forefathers would probably be pulling out fully autos right now and shooting government officials.
Kind of strange how they got that female by herself like that.
Yeah, I know. Remember, I think that's the car where they were talking to the person.
Yeah.
So she might be the victim. Because is she cuffed?
I don't think so.
No, I didn't see that she was.
They were reaching down in front of her on her wrist, but I didn't see her handcuffs. And besides, I was a little too fast.
She could be the victim of crime.
When they do courtesy calls, they always have to search before they put them in the cars. That's what they did to her.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, whenever we do courtesy calls, like for people that are lost or they need a ride home or something like that, and they're nice enough to give them a ride, they
Yep.
have to search them before they put them in the car. For their safety.
Yeah, you're right. Runaway sheep. It's been like that for a long time too. And we keep letting them get away with violating our constitutional rights. Look at Virginia, where they disarmed the whole Second Amendment rally. And it's crazy that people still think that's a victory, that they gathered all these people, but they gathered a herd of sheep. And I'm trying to be like Jesus and not be like the sheep. So there you go, Major Tom. Don't be like the sheep. Maybe I need to put myself on the line more. Bad cop porn. And it's like a couple weeks ago where that commander got shot and killed. I was kind of suspicious of why they were at the person's house, but at the end of the day, it's a human, and even if I don't like the cops, and even if he did a illegal thing, at the end of the day, it's like still he he had a family, um, so it's like I'm not gonna congratulate someone dying unless if they're purposely, I know they're purposely going out violating people, like the Tremaine Jackson dude from uh, DPS, which DPS is still, they haven't released his records. I just requested them.
This side, where they got that car there
Yeah.
with the light heading like that, they got more people handcuffed sitting down.
I hope they're not doing the block raids again. I think they might be.
They got a whole bunch of people right there where they're at, sitting down on the ground.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yep. But at the same time, Zombie, I do not wish YouTube or Facebook to censor, nor am I gonna censor. So that's some of my principles right there. Like, I might like what he's talking about. He forgot one man, leaders of peace, Jesus Christ. He was assassinated too. Like, of course, you gotta try it. Is there a PIO? Okay.
Answer that kind of quick, didn't you?
Wait, is that Officer No? Or Officer No's over here? Here's
I thought I
Officer
saw
No.
Sergeant earlier.
So I'm gonna file a complaint against Officer No.
We got 4 sitting down over there. We got 4 sitting down over here. Oh crap, it's 12:01 already.
Yeah, we can go if you want.
Yeah, please. Sorry, guys.
I'm not a sheep.
You already know why I gotta get home.
I question Romans because people wrote the Bible, and every now and then I question certain things in the Bible, because it was written by people, and you could be the best person in the world, but you're still gonna sin, and maybe yeah, God spoke to you, and you're writing it. So some parts of the Bible I really hold dear, because it's like God was speaking to them, and they wrote it down. But there's also, throughout history, it's been rewritten by empires like the Roman Empire and even Greece. So some Christians think I'm like not a Christian because I debate with them about the possibility of the Bible being rewritten. And then obviously with Romans and the taxation side of things. But I'm gonna sign out of this one. They're just gonna be processing this scene here. We're on the south side, Hidalgo and 17th Ave. So I'll catch you all later if I'm still out doing stuff. But signing out, Phoenix Cop Watch.